But the guilty are not just those who commit the crimes, but those who create the darkness. Now, we didn't worry about individual incidents of racial brutality for the most part. We worried about the entire system. And that's what I hope we do.
Yours truly, Scott here, and I'm here live at the April 4th Revisited Saving Lives and Building Dreams event. Shout out to Martin Luther King III and all of the wonderful staff at the Martin Luther King Institute and the Prevention Institute, and for the collaboration of remembering his father's assassination was actually on April 4th, and so it's a remembrance of that tragic day, but we're turning it into a very, very positive day and trying to do an all-day panel session filled with knowledge and panelists talking about violence and prevention, and basically to where communities can be rebuilt, and a big initiative and push for nonviolence, mainly among youth. And speaking of youth, I have two of the hottest entertainers here in the Atlanta area. I have Mr. Tobias the Kid here, and I have Lil Jazzy here, hottest 13-year-old, hottest 8-year-old. So we're all here, and I just appreciate the fact for both of their parents for bringing them to be a part of this historic initiative to prevent youth violence. And
I tell the kids that I used to work with, I tell them, I know you're afraid maybe of going to tell your mama because mom's gonna go home and raise her at a schoolhouse. Or maybe you're not, you're scared of telling your friends at school because they're gonna call you a snitch or they're gonna make fun of you. Now I tell them, okay, go talk to the principal, go talk to the teachers or administrators or teachers. Put maybe a box at the front office where a kid can go put a note in there and maybe let the people know what's really going on. So little stuff like that make a big difference. Not just ignoring the
situation. A father figure, a manly figure in your life as a man, young man trying to figure out who and what you want to be is very important. Just the fundamentals. I mean, I would never ask men in the room to raise their hand, but there's a few men in this room right now who don't know their own kids. It just happens. And ultimately, you have decided as a man that whoever your child's son or daughter grows up to be, you've removed yourself of that responsibility. I have a 4-year-old daughter. It doesn't matter how busy I am and how much I'm traveling, my daughter knows her father.
what was it like to meet Tyrese for you?
It was very exciting.
How about you? How did you like the...
They made a good point about saving pants.
Okay. Okay, so basically all the kids should put their pants up like how you got yours, right? Okay, cool. I agree with that. And so, Lil Jasmine, how do you feel about meeting the son of legendary Dr. Martin Luther King, Mr. Martin Luther King III? How do you feel about it?
I was honored because his father did a lot for the community.
Today, from all of the partnering organizations, certainly I want to thank my panel colleagues, Tyrese Gibson, and obviously Ambassador Young. This day is a day of mixed emotions for me always, because it is the day 44 years ago now that my mother lost her husband and my brother and sisters and I lost our father. And so we never forget about that. We never forget that moment. But I try to sort of reconcile it by saying that while I lost a father and my mother lost her husband, the nation gained a message and an understanding of a movement that some has not manifested yet of it, but much progress has been made over the last 44 years. My father and his team, which certainly included Ambassador Young and many others, wanted to eradicate from our nation what he called the triple evils of poverty, racism, and militarism. And in 2012, perhaps we made strides in some areas. We made some strides around race.
I was born in '78 at Martin Luther King Hospital in Watts. And there's a certain project that happened a couple of years ago which really sparked my interest with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the whole civil rights movement and all of the aspects and components of everybody that contributed to the legacy and the mission. And I've been committed to that process of learning all that I don't know. What I know as of right now, I can tell you 80% of what I know.
Did you like the fact about Tyrese saying that just because his father wasn't in his life, that he still turned out pretty good? You know, because he had a good support system around him, right? Okay, so that's a good message for all the kids to know that just because you don't have fathers in your life or men in your lives or whatever, that you still can gravitate to those people that are in your lives. And one of my little famous saying is, I desire to inspire. So are we going to try to inspire people?
Yes.
You know, and you're going to be a very, very big force because you are the next generation that everybody's going to be looking forward to be the next Tyrese Gibson and Mary Pat Hector and Martin Luther King III. And so I'm looking for you guys to really, really shock the world now. Okay?
I love everybody in my heart. I feel the love of Jesus. I feel the love of Jesus. I feel the love of Jesus in my heart. I feel the love of Jesus. I feel the love of Jesus. I feel the love of Jesus.
Miss Weiss, Billy Weiss. Mr. Edward Michael Luno.
Yeah, right. Let's take a picture of people.
Mr. Roy Gibson.
You guys. Who invited you to this grand event today?
It's Carol Lloyd. I want to thank her so much for letting me meet all these incredible people that were here.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about this Facebook and Twitter explosion of your new web series, Follow Me. What's up with that?
It lets kids know that we're not doing bad things in the community, and it inspires them to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, other social networks.
Okay, so what kind of kids is it? Actors, singers, dancers? Is it mostly celebrity kids or is it just regular kids? I mean,
we rap, we sing, we act. Well, some of us sing, some of us rap. We act and dance. We're entertainers.
okay. And so basically, like I said, once again, check out your Facebook and your Twitter updates from the web series Follow Me, and Lil Jazzy and Divided the Kid star in that.
Y'all can get my CD from CD Baby.
Is it for the single So Clean? I like that single. And Jazzy, you did a remix to the Jay-Z song I heard as well.
But only if you believe it. Watch when I take control, 'cause I'm gonna show you that Anything is easy, come with me, and I'm gonna take you